Chris Butt in turn 10 is P6. Todd is P4. YH8 Racing in Andretti Hairpin is P7 driving Audi. Best lap is a 5:51.464. Chris Butt in turn 5 is P6. Todd in turn 11 is P4. YH8 Racing in Rainy Curve is P7. Todd from New Zealand is 4th. Best lap is a 1:34.435. YH8 Racing is P6. Best lap is a 1:36.572. Todd in Rainy Curve is P4. Jason Short is P3. YH8 Racing in turn 10 is 6th. Todd in turn 5 is 3rd. Best lap is a 1:34.326. YH8 Racing in turn 3 is P6 with 80 kilos. Chris Butt from New Zealand in turn 6 is 7th. YH8 Racing in the Corkscrew is P6. Chris Butt in turn 11 is 7th. Jason Short in turn 6 is P4. Chris Butt is 7th. Jason Short is P4. YH8 Racing is P6. Best lap is a 1:34.997. Todd is 3rd driving a Audi. Jason Short in Rahal Straight is P4. Chris Butt is 7th. Best lap is a 1:37.075. MMR 333 in turn 3 is P1. YH8 Racing in Rainy Curve is P6. Chris Butt is 7th. Todd in turn 3 is P3. YH8 Racing in turn 5 is P6. Todd in the corkscrew is P3. YH8 Racing in turn 10 is 6th with 80 kilos. Todd is P3. Chris Butt in turn 3 is P7 with 80 kilos. Todd is P3. Yamashita 40 in turn 11 is P2. Jason Short in turn 3 is 4th. Yamashita 40 is P2. Best lap is a 1:32.552. Todd is 3rd driving Audi. Jason Short in turn 11 is P4. Todd in rainy curve is P4. Jason Short in turn 4 is P3. Best lap is a 1:33.693. The qualification session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterey, USA. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the northeast. YH8 Racing is P1. Chris Butt from New Zealand is 2nd with 80 kilos. Jason Short from New Zealand is P4. YH8 Racing in Rahal Strait is P1 with 80 kilos. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand in turn 6 is P3 with 80 kilos. Todd from New Zealand is P6 with 80 kilos. 10 minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing is first. YH8 Racing is up 19.40 in turn 4. YH8 Racing is up 19.82 in turn 6. YH8 Racing is up 19.68 in rainy curve. YH8 Racing improved his P1 with a 136.426. YH8 Racing is up 1.06 in turn 3. Yamashita 40 is provisional pole with a 133.313. YH8 Racing is up 0.77 in turn 6. MMR 333 is provisional pole with a 131.681. YH8 Racing is up 1.94 in turn 10. YH8 Racing improved his third with a 134.418. 2.737 off pole. Yamashita 40 in turn 10 is second up 1.37. Best lap is a 133.313. 1.632 off pole. Yamashita 40 improved his P2 with a 131.990. 0.309 off pole. Jason Short in turn 11 is P5 driving a Porsche. Jason Short improved his fourth with a 134.804. 3.123 off pole. Todd in Rahal Straight is P6 up 0.40. Todd improved his fifth with a 134.948. 3.267 off pole. Chris Butt in Rahal Straight is 7th up 2.18 driving a Audi. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Chris Butt is up 2.23 in turn 10. Chris Butt improved his 7th with a 136.712. 5.031 off pole. Chris Butt is up 0.08 in turn 4. Chris Butt is up 0.44 in turn 6. Chris Butt is up 0.89 in rainy curve. Chris Butt improved his P7 with a 135.473. 3.792 off pole. YH8 Racing in turn 6 is third up 0.37. Yamashita 40 in turn 6 is P2. Best lap is a 131.990. 0.309 off pole. Todd is P5 up 0.43. Best lap is a 134.948. 3.267 off pole. Todd is up 0.93 in turn 5. Todd is up 0.71 in the corkscrew. Todd improved his 5th with a 134.809. 3.128 off pole. Yamashita 40 is second. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand in Andretti hairpin is P6. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Todd in the corkscrew is P5 up 0.51. Jason Short in turn 6 is 4th. Best lap is a 1:34.804. 3.123 off pole. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is 3rd. Best lap is a 1:34.418. 2.737 off pole. Jonathan Rosser is 6th. Best lap is a 1:35.077. 3.396 off pole. YH8 Racing in turn 11 is 3rd. Jonathan Rosser in Andretti hairpin is 6th. YH8 Racing is 3rd driving Audi. Broadcast bot is P20. The race session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterey, USA. The wind speed is 2 km/h from the northeast. MMR 333 is P1. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand is P2 with 80 kilos. YH8 Racing is 3rd with 80 kilos. Jason Short from New Zealand is P4. Todd from New Zealand is 5th with 80 kilos. 20 minutes remaining in the session race start. MMR 333 from Canada is 2nd. MMR 333 lost 2nd to YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing in turn 3 is P2. YH8 Racing lost 2nd to MMR 333. YH8 Racing is now 5th. Chris Butt from New Zealand in turn 5 is P3 with 80 kilos. Jason Short in Rahal Strait is P5. Todd is 6th. Jason Short is 5th. MMR 333 is 2nd, 0.8 behind Yamashita 40. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand in turn 3 is 4th, 0.4 behind Chris Budd. Jonathan Rosser is now P3. Jason Short from New Zealand is P4, 0.4 behind Jonathan Rosser. YH8 Racing on lap 2 is P7, 1.0 behind Chris Budd. Chris Budd in the corkscrew on lap 2 is 5th, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. YH8 Racing is P6, 0.9 behind Chris Budd. MMR 333 in Andretti Hairpin is P2, 1.0 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing in Andretti Hairpin is 6th, 0.3 behind Chris Budd. YH8 Racing passed Chris Budd for P5. Chris Budd from New Zealand is P6, 0.3 behind YH8 Racing. Jonathan Rosser in turn 6 is P4, 1.2 behind Todd. MMR 333 on lap 3 is second, 1.4 behind Yamashita 40. Jonathan Rosser in turn 11 is P4, 1.0 behind Todd. "15 minutes remaining in the session. MMR 333 on lap 4 is second, 0.7 behind Yamashita 40. Todd in turn 3 is 4th, 0.5 behind Jonathan Rosser. Jason Short is P7. Best lap is a 140.161. 8.234 off the fastest lap. Jason Short passed Chris Budd for 6th. MMR 333 in the corkscrew is second driving a Toyota, 0.8 behind Yamashita 40. Todd is P4. Best lap is a 134.305. 2.378 off the fastest lap. MMR 333 is P2, 0.9 behind Yamashita 40. Todd is P4 driving Audi, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 is P2, 0.9 behind Yamashita 40. Todd is P4, 0.8 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 in the corkscrew on lap 5 is second, 0.9 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew is 5th. Best lap is a 134.993. 3.066 off the fastest lap. MMR 333 is P2, 0.2 behind Yamashita 40. Todd is 4th with 80 kilos, 2.5 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 in turn 5 is second, 0.4 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing in turn 5 is 5th, 2.0 behind Todd. YH8 Racing was 1.5 faster last lap. MMR 333 in turn 10 is P2, 0.3 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing is P5, 2.6 behind Todd. MMR 333 is P2 driving a Toyota, 0.2 behind Yamashita 40. Ten minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing is 5th, 2.9 behind Todd. MMR 333 in Rahal Straight is P2, 0.5 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing in turn 6 is 5th, 2.5 behind Todd. MMR 333 is second, 0.5 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing in turn 11 is 5th, 2.3 behind Todd. MMR 333 is second, 1.2 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing is 5th, 2.0 behind Todd. Todd in Rahal Straight is 4th, 1.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 is second, 1.5 behind Yamashita 40. Todd is fourth driving Audi, 1.9 ahead of YH8 Racing. MMR 333 is P2, 1.8 behind Yamashita 40. Todd in turn 5 is P4 with 80 kilos, 1.8 behind Jonathan Rosser. Todd was 2.2 faster last lap. YH8 Racing in Rahal Straight is P5, 1.5 behind Todd. Todd in turn 10 is fourth with 80 kilos, 0.8 ahead of YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is P5 driving Audi, 0.7 behind Todd. Todd in turn 3 is fourth driving Audi, 0.7 ahead of YH8 Racing. Five minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing is P5, 0.6 behind Todd. Todd in Rahal Straight is fourth, 0.9 ahead of YH8 Racing. Todd passed Jonathan Rosser for third. Jonathan Rosser in Rainy Curve is fourth, 0.2 behind Todd. Todd in turn 11 is fourth battling Jonathan Rosser. YH8 Racing is P5 driving Audi, 0.2 behind Todd. YH8 Racing passed Todd for fourth. Todd in turn 3 is P5, 0.5 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing is P4. Best lap is a 134.216. 2.573 off the fastest lap. Todd from New Zealand in turn 6 is P5, 0.4 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing in Rainy Curve is fourth with 80 kilos, 0.3 ahead of Todd. MMR 333 in turn 4 is P2 driving a Toyota, 2.1 behind a Yamashita 40. YH8 racing in Andretti hairpin on lap 12 is P4, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 in the corkscrew is second, 1.9 behind a Yamashita 40. MMR 333 was 1.1 faster last lap. YH8 racing is P4, 0.7 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 is P2. Best lap is a 1:31.643. Jason Short entering the pits is P7. YH8 racing in turn 10 is P4, 0.2 behind Jonathan Rosser. MMR 333 in turn 5 is P2, 1.7 behind a Yamashita 40. YH8 racing in turn 3 is P4, 1.8 behind Jonathan Rosser. The leader has just finished the race. Yamashita 40 finished first. MMR 333 finished P2. Jonathan Rosser is P3. Jonathan Rosser finished third. YH8 Racing finished fourth. Todd finished P5. Jason Short finished P7. Chris Butt is 6th. Broadcast Bot is 8th. The race session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterey, USA. The wind speed is 3 km/h from the northeast. Jason Short is P1. Todd from New Zealand is P2 with 80 kilos. YH8 Racing is third with 80 kilos. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand is 4th. MMR 333 from Canada is P5. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. MMR 333 is now 3rd. Jonathan Rosser in Andretti hairpin is P3. Jonathan Rosser is now 4th. Jason Short entering the pits is 7th. Todd in turn 3 is 3rd. Yamashita 40 entering the pits is P6. The race session is at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in Monterey, USA. The wind speed is 3 km/h from the northeast. Todd is P5. Chris Buddett from New Zealand is P6 with 80 kilos. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Chris Buddett is now 5th. Chris Buddett lost P6 to Todd. Yamashita 40 from New Zealand in Andretti hairpin is P2 with 80 kilos. Yamashita 40 passed MMR 333 for 1st. Yamashita 40 lost P2 to Jonathan Rosser. Jonathan Rosser from New Zealand in turn 4 is 2nd. Jason Short entering the pits is P7. Todd from New Zealand in turn 5 is P4 with 80 kilos. Jonathan Rosser in Rahal Straight is 2nd. Chris Buddett in Rainy Curve is 4th. Jonathan Rosser in turn 11 is P2. Chris Buddett is 4th, 0.3 behind Todd. Jonathan Rosser is P2, 0.8 behind MMR 333. Chris Buddett on lap 2 is P4, 0.3 ahead of Yamashita 40. Jonathan Rosser in Rahal Straight is P2, 0.5 behind MMR 333. Chris Buddett in the Corkscrew is 4th. Best lap is a 1:47.344. 6.331 off the fastest lap. Chris Buddett lost P4 to Yamashita 40. Jonathan Rosser in turn 11 is P2, 0.8 behind MMR 333. Yamashita 40 on lap 2 is P4 battling Todd. Yamashita 40 passed Todd for P3. Todd in Andretti hairpin is P4. Best lap is a 1:35.641. 2.397 off the fastest lap. YH8 Racing in turn 3 is P6 with 80 kilos, 1.0 behind Chris Butt. Todd is 4th, 1.0 behind Yamashita 40. YH8 Racing in Rahal Straight is 6th, 1.6 behind Chris Butt. Todd in turn 11 is 4th, 1.7 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 was 0.9 faster last lap. 15 minutes remaining in the session. YH8 Racing in turn 11 on lap 3 is P6, 0.7 behind Chris Butt. Yamashita 40 in turn 4 is 3rd. Best lap is a 1:32.643. YH8 Racing in turn 4 on lap 4 is 6th, 1.0 behind Chris Butt. Yamashita 40 in the corkscrew on lap 4 is 3rd, 2.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. YH8 Racing in the corkscrew on lap 4 is P6, 0.9 behind Chris Butt. Yamashita 40 is P3, 2.3 behind Jonathan Rosser. YH8 Racing is P6, 1.0 behind Chris Butt. Yamashita 40 in turn 5 is 3rd, 1.0 behind Jonathan Rosser. YH8 Racing is 6th, 0.3 behind Chris Butt. Jonathan Rosser in rainy curve on lap 5 is P3, 2.7 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 was 2.0 faster last lap. YH8 Racing in rainy curve on lap 5 is 6th, 0.8 behind Chris Butt. Chris Butt in turn 11 is P6, 0.1 behind YH8 Racing. Jonathan Rosser is third, 2.5 behind Yamashita 40. Yamashita 40 was 4.6 faster last lap. Chris Butt in turn 4 on lap 6 is 6th, 4.2 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing was 3.7 faster last lap. Jonathan Rosser in Rainy Curve is third. Best lap is a 1:33.459. 1.341 off the fastest lap. Chris Butt from New Zealand is 6th, 4.8 behind YH8 Racing. Jonathan Rosser is P3. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Chris Butt in Andretti Hairpin is 6th, 3.1 behind YH8 Racing. YH8 Racing was 0.5 faster last lap. Todd in turn 6 is 4th. Best lap is a 1:34.946. 2.828 off the fastest lap. Chris Butt in turn 6 is 6th. Best lap is a 1:36.045. 3.927 off the fastest lap. Todd is P4, 4.5 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Butt is P6. Todd is 4th, 1.6 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Butt is 6th. Todd in turn 10 is P4, 1.2 behind Jonathan Rosser. Chris Butt in Rainy Curve is 6th. Todd in turn 3 is 4th, 1.7 behind Jonathan Rosser. Yamashita 40 in Rahal Strait is second. Jonathan Rosser in Rahal Strait is P4, 0.7 behind Todd. Chris Butt is sixth. Jonathan Rosser is P4. Yamashita 40 in turn 5 is P2. Five minutes remaining in the session. Jonathan Rosser is P4, 0.6 behind Todd. Yamashita 40 is second. Todd in the corkscrew is P4. Yamashita 40 in turn 3 is second. Best lap is a 1:31.918. 0.829 off the fastest lap. YH8 Racing is fifth. Yamashita 40 in the corkscrew is second with 80 kilos. YH8 Racing in turn 5 is fifth. Yamashita 40 is second. YH8 Racing is P5. Todd in Andretti hairpin is fourth driving Audi. YH8 Racing on lap 12 is P5. Todd from New Zealand in Rahal Strait is 4th. YH8 Racing in the Corkscrew is P5. Todd is 4th. YH8 Racing in Andretti Hairpin is 5th with 80 kilos. The leader has just finished the race. MMR 333 from Canada finished P1. Yamashita 40 finished P2. Jonathan Rosser is 3rd. Jonathan Rosser finished 3rd. Todd finished 4th. YH8 Racing finished P5. Chris Butt is 6th. Chris Butt finished P6. Broadcast Bot is 8th.